So the big question that I see all the time is when will alt season begin? So to answer this question, let's turn to GAN. And first, before we talk about when it might begin, let's talk about at what level altcoin season will begin. So first of all, we can see clearly that this blue arc is still resistance. Even when we go back in time to May of 2021, we can see that it was resistance here and more resistance here, and now it's still resistance, right? So will alt season begin after the market cap breaks to the 300 billion? Well, probably not. And it'll probably begin after it goes up higher and higher and higher past this 45-degree angle, and then after it gets past maybe 467, 470 billion dollar market cap for the others chart. And remember, the others chart excludes the top 10, so it does not include Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all the other ones, right? So the level right here is important to gain some momentum to work its way up to 475 or 470 billion dollar market cap, right? And let's just go to log scale if we can get some confluence with that market cap. So now we have log scale pulled up, and we can see that right now Bitcoin is in between this arc after it broke above and this level here. And where does that level sit? Well, that level sits at around 450 billion, right? So it's a little bit less than the 470. So that is some confluence that 450 to 470 could be the market cap needed to reach before we get our explosion higher. So we have a clearly defined support level here at 1.414 Fibonacci extension from the previous cycle high back in 2017, 2018 to that low down there, and that is currently holding as support. So we know where support is, and we know where major resistance is. So major resistance is around 450 to 470 on log scale, and on linear scale here, we'll go real quick. Major resistance sits right here, first around 300 billion, so we need to break above that, and then maybe 435, 440, and then ultimately like 450 to 470. So this is the level, 450 to 470 billion, that the altcoin market cap needs to hit before it breaks higher into alt season, right? And we can see more clearly on this chart right here that once this level breaks the 450 to 470 level, we will have the potential to make it up to the next level up here, which will be, as I mentioned before, around $12 trillion market cap. So when will this happen? Now, let's just take a step back. Let's zoom out. So now let's zoom out, and we'll see where in time price will need to go along these arcs, along these levels, and see when this is a possibility to happen. So let's just take off this Fibonacci, and we'll do a more recent one, right? So we'll do one from this high back in November of 2021, and we'll pull it to the swing low down here, right? And we can currently see that it's holding right around the 7.1 fib, right? Right around the 7.1 fib, around there, or the 7.86 almost as well, right? Right in between. So when we zoom out a little more, where do the levels of the Fibonacci hit? So when we go here in time, we can see that the 1.272, the 1.414, the 1.618 trillion, or 1.618 Fibonacci is around 1.65 trillion, right? So this will be probably the first target to hit before any major rejection, the 1.618. So in time, when we go here, we'll go up to that green line, which is in between the 886 and the 1. So it'll probably get maybe rejected there a little bit and bounce down, and then probably shoot up to the 1.272 and the 1.414. And this could be early 2025, maybe like March, April, May. And then eventually it'll get rejected a little bit and then shoot up here. And where this 1.618 trillion hits is basically, 1.618 Fibonacci, which is 1.65 trillion market cap, sits maybe around October 2025 or so, right? So this will be the first major resistance level besides these Fibonacci extension levels. So this is the big confluence here, right here in time, October 2025, for the 1.618 fib and this first green arc, right? The first green arc. And what kind of percentage gain is that? That is right here. It's about 500%, right? About a 500% gain from current price. Well, let's actually go a little bit higher. More realistically is like 450, right? So that's still a pretty good gain for the others' market cap. So after it gets rejected here, it'll probably come back down, maybe retest the 1.414. And then after that, it could potentially break free to this arc right here. And possibly once it flips to support, we could be into 2026 by the time it goes up to this 2.272 Fibonacci, which is a 5.93 trillion, right? So maybe by 2026, early 2027, we'll be up here. Now, the amount of time it'll take from here to get up here could be anywhere from like 2026, 27 to all the way until this vertical line meets, until maybe 2030 of October, right? So there's a big time frame, and also once we get up here, there could be a retracement back to the 1.618 before things can go higher and higher. So this could be considered maybe a bear market just for a successful retest after that, right? So there's a big time frame between when it gets past the 2.272 to get to the 2.618 of the 12 trillion. So anywhere from probably 2026 to 2030 would be my best guess. But I think we're looking at least a 450% gain from today's price by maybe this time next year or by fall of next year, just to get to the 1.65 trillion. So that's a good start after some consolidation to break higher and higher and higher. But the full-on bull run, like I said previously, will not start for the altcoins alt season until this 450 to 470 billion market cap gets broken to explode to these Fibonacci extension levels above.